What's going on in the void of space tonight? Any engineers out there in the chats of both YouTube and Twitch? Let's have a little look today. Hey guys. Oh, hello. Hey guys. How are we doing? Let's have a little look. I see in the YouTube, I see Gravity Generator, Craigeth, Ead, Robert, Demoted, Kevin, Lars, Vernon, Ead, Andrew, Molten, Sugarfett, Renegooch, Colton and Molten, Person Who Exists, Ali, Lynn, Dark Knight, X-Master, Dante, Jean, France, Nikita Gong, Your Friendly Weeb. And in the YouTube, Twitch, I see Lord Anubis. What about Bob, Nats, Rivian, Nav, TML, Chipsticks, Raptorias, Maximus, Brianetta, Rainero, Bishbash, Marissimo, and many more. Great to see you guys here. Yeah, sorry, I got you. I made a couple of mistakes there on the names. So, I'm pleased to be back with another Devs Lost in Space. And today, we are taking another look at the AI-enabled mod because it is now released to the public. Now, if you guys have been watching, Devs Lost in Space over the last couple of months, you know that we checked out this AI-enabled mod a couple of times now, and each one we kind of saw, new uses or new applications for this mod, and now you can get it on Steam and get stuck in, and it's really, really exciting stuff. So we're gonna have a little look. Sorry, I should say it's in beta. Yeah, beta testing, not fully released, but beta. But you guys can actually download it yourself now. Shady Hatter, Jackson, how you doing? Essie Modder in the chat as well. Fantastic. Elfie Wolf in the chat. Right on, right on. How you doing? Good, good, good. So, yeah, last week, guys, I wasn't feeling too good. So last week, that's why there was a miss last week. We try to do this every week. As long as there's no real any issues. But it's good to be back again. So, what I want to do first is a brief bit of Q&A. Do you guys have any questions? I'm sure do you. It's more like, what do you have for me today? So it's obviously been a couple of weeks now, but if you have any questions about space engineers, I can try and address some for 5 or 10 minutes here, and then we'll actually get stuck into the mod showcase here today. And then maybe if you have time, we'll do a bit more Q&A at the end. Senpai noticed me. I try to notice everybody. See Petter as well, Blade, Tamas, Naka, Raphael, Vinny, Ninja. So many people. Great. I forgot what I was going to ask about. I'm sure it will come to you, Wild Western. While we're getting the questions in here, I will also make a announcement or reminder announcement that actually we still have a contest running for let me stop here to kind of go with the last release of Heavy Industry. We have the War Production Competition, which originally was due to finish this Sunday, but we will be extending that deadline, and I'll get onto that in a little second here. So I'm just going to bring this up on stream. So this is the War Production Competition, and it's a screenshot competition, and the main idea is to create kind of heavy industry inspired creations and worlds and builds, and make some epic screenshots of those. And there's a bunch of prizes to be won. There's actually, I think, 15 prizes. There's obviously we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 categories here. And I'm just going to flick over this now in general, but definitely I'll link this in the chat if you want to get involved in this. If you are a talented builder and you can create cool screenshots, moody cinematic screenshots like this, and really build fantastic stuff, then I will link this up. For the more details here, we've got some fantastic entries already, and the plan is now, it's not official because we'll update it and probably post an announcement about it, but the actual plan is now is that we're going to extend the deadline to the 8th anniversary of Space Engineers, in which will be October 23rd. That's actually 6 weeks additional time to allow, if you're still working on some, you know, significant factory worlds or something, before we have a nice end date, have until the next birthday of Space Engineers to submit your epic entries here to this contest. And we have some categories here to kind of, you can enter 1 entry per category, but actually you can win more than one. So if you enter in every one of these 5 categories here, technically you could actually, you know, win 5 prizes if you really if you really are great at building. So that's just also worth pointing out. I think there was a discussion, I remember last time, actually I need to look into again, was whether this last GIF video one could be modded, and I think we were going to make it modded. So I think I will send a reminder to myself to make this last one modded as well. So there's 2 modded categories, or optional modded categories, and then 3 not modded. So how you doing, Jim? Good to see you. So that was just a kind of reminder for you guys, a reminder that the contest is still running officially to the 12th right now, but I can tell you now it's going to be extended by at least a month and probably 6 weeks. So there's more time for you if you haven't had time recently to get anything built. And if you have already entered, then you can also resubmit if you want to overwrite your previous entry. If you want to add other entries to the different categories, then you also have more time there as well. So I'll link this in the chat, and you guys can read through the details in more detail. Let's have a look here. That's right. Yes, 8th. Hold on. There you go. Exactly. So 8th anniversary is coming up, and as for plans, we'll just have to wait and see. But I for sure will be celebrating. I'll find a way to celebrate this. It's what's crazy is we're really approaching 10 years, right? 8 years. What are we? 2023. It's not that long away, and it's going to be pretty wild, especially when you get that kind of decade mark, and you look back and think, damn, SC's been out for a decade. So anyway, looking forward to that. Let me just see here some questions then. Let's have a look. I got a couple of ones. When we email you, will you send a confirmation email back to me? Actually, that's a good question, TVZ. We haven't been to this point, but actually what I will, because I've been kind of busy, but what I'll probably do is actually do that to confirm that people, you know, to make sure people know that they have got their entries submitted, because we have done that sometimes we haven't done that, but I think it's a good thing to do, so people like make sure the email's gone through, it hasn't ended up in spam or something. So I will, yeah, I'll look into doing that for the people who've already submitted and so on. Okay. Did you find the pinched texture on the back of the boss in the armory? Found it after the stream, affecting the shadow. I didn't find it actually, Vinny, after that last stream. And did you report that problem? Because that's the best way. And if you created a ticket somewhere and then you could link it on stream, I could have a little look at it. But I didn't notice it myself, honestly. Can we please get a rail system that use dumbed down G-code to function? I mean, Rails in SC is something that we've looked at here on stream, and obviously they'll be in the files. What I'll say is that there's nothing to officially be said about like a really supported Rails system, but it could be. Well, here's a question for you guys: would you, if you had to have one, right? If you had to have maglev technology or just classic good old Rails, what would you actually prefer in that scenario? I'm just curious. I'm not like kind of, sounds like I'm kind of derailing that, but in general, There's no solid plans, Lars, for Rails, but obviously they were at some point discussed and even made into a prototype. But I'm curious if there was a preference there, considering we're living in the future in SC, about 50 odd years from now plus. Let's have a look. I'm trying to see if you ask some questions already, as always, please repeat your questions because the chat's already scrolled up, so I'm trying to catch some of the other ones here. If you guys would do a crossover of any series, such as Star Wars, Halo, what would you want and how would you want to represent them? For me, I love Star Wars, you know, I love Halo, but my gut instinct would be Battlestar Galactica, honestly. I think the gritty warfare of BSG would fit into SE pretty damn well, I think. All the destruction and the crumpling and so on, but that's just me. Space Engineers X BSG. That would be sick. The Expanse. Also, the Expanse would be a good option as well up there. Expanse and BSG have, you know, they've got, yeah, it's obviously Expanse is more realistic. So, you know, probably it's like the most realistic sci-fi series out there. But yeah, that would also be a good one. Let's have a look there. See. Maglev, Rails, both. Fine choice. Okay. Rails, Maglev, Monorail, Maglev. I feel like maybe just about Maglev from my vibe check of the chat. It seems that Maglev is a little bit above the standard Rails, but I could be wrong. You cannot push a car with a flat bottom. Wheels beat mag. Just think about that. Wheels beat mag. Well, I mean, in the whole, like, you could still use thrusters for like forward and reverse thrust. It would just be about using, you know, atmospheric thrusters. It'd be a bit like those jet trains that you see from I think like the old Soviet prototype. I think that would be a prototype. The jet trains, right? I think the ones in my head right now are the Soviet ones, like the big ones in the back. But I think there was other nations also experimented with jet, like, you know, trains like that in terms of propulsion, not maglev, but and that. Although that's saying, I feel like I saw something about China. I saw some new maglev train they were making that was pretty much had like a I can't remember, but there's some pretty crazy technology, both past, present, and future, that's already being developed. I think, you know, maglev obviously is a legit system, and it feels like it's a more efficient system, right? Okay, let me see. So Finoli asked, what caused the game to start going down a DLC heavy route over the classic sandbox? So the main thing is Finoli is trying to, you know, not going full paid content, right? Because that's no one will like that, right? The main thing is it's been trying to find a balance to support continued development of the project, and also for, you know, research and development of who knows. Because it's one of those things to kind of trying to go hand in hand with the, you know, it's been 8 years now since SC first released. So the main thing is about it is it's supporting the future development of SC and the game engine's evolution as well, you might say. So I hope that answers. I mean, we talk about DLC at least once every stream. I get it. Like, not everyone's into DLC. Not everyone's into like the content type or the cost. It's a very controversial debate. And I already said that there's nothing, you know, it's not that the current format can change. We could definitely, I could definitely see us doing a larger update that's totally free. You know, it's not set in the current format is not set in stone. It's just what we've been rolling with for the last couple years. So yeah, let's have a look. Keep an eye on that. what is the next big thing for SE multiplayer? An overhaul to dedicated servers, even further optimization recommended. So, Bish Bash, the further optimizations are always going on, of course. Every update tends to have some. But this year, one of the areas is combat. But as you can imagine with combat, combat also kind of requires some optimization to make it better. Like if you guys have played with Weapon Core, you'll know that there's optimizations there to allow bigger and crazier battles. So, looking at combat this year, obviously we had Warfare 1 earlier, improving aspects of the first-person combat, like player combat. We have Warfare 2 on the horizon somewhere out there, which will have new weapons, new types of weapons, combat overhaul and quality of life improvements for the game. And not everyone's interested in fighting. I gotta keep stressing this. And we just had Heavy Industry, which obviously contained stuff that could be used for warfare, but a lot of it could be used for just industry and factories and more peaceful scenarios. So even though the start of this year we said 2021 is a year of war and space engineers, it's definitely there's definitely going to be plenty of content for non-combatants, you might say. So hopefully that answers some, I know this question comes up, so hopefully that kind of goes with this one. But let's have a look. I'll give it that. That's good. Hey, Carmack, how you doing? Good to see we got some developers in the chat in Twitch, I see. Good. As for Warfare 2 being the next update, I can't say for sure, because I think some people actually probably expected it to do Warfare 1, Warfare 2, and we actually had Heavy Industry between then. So I can't say for sure right now if the next update will be Warfare 2. But it's definitely in the works. There's definitely stuff happening. I'm seeing awesome screenshots and plans on a daily basis. So you can be sure that as we approach that, we will be sharing some more previews of that. So I know you guys come for the teasers. I don't think I have any teasers today, specific teasers, but you can rest assured as soon as I have some teasers for you, I will share the goodness. Surprise twist, the next update will be Warfare B. There you go. And the team's still growing, Robert, as well. It's worth pointing out that the Keen Software House team is still growing. We're ever growing, always looking for new talent. And that's another kind of reminder that if you guys are, out there looking for a job in game development, in a game studio, check out our jobs page. We're always looking for talented programmers and artists and QA and then some of the other roles, HR and so on. Sometimes it's obviously there's not as many roles there, but programmers and artists always looking for more of those peeps. So yeah, we're always growing, and we've got even recently we've got a bunch of new people. I met some people for the first time the other week. We had a kind of an office gathering. It was pretty nice, very cool actually. Well, there you go. Carmack can confirm. Carmack's recently moved from Good AI to Keen Software House. We have cookies, literally sometimes. Crossover applied in 2015, back in the Planets year. Had to put it on the back burner due to health issues. I got the test app somewhere. Of course, Crossover, always, anything, doesn't matter what it is. Your health should always be number one. Health and arguably then family should be number one, and then everything else after. Let's have a look. Some more questions here. When adding new DLCs, can there be a free update before the DLC? DLC should be cosmetic purposes only, and having to parts that can only be obtained via DLCs is borderline pay to win. So obviously pay to win is something that we really don't want. And we really tried to avoid having any kind of serious functionality when it comes to DLC. And the question was, can they be a free update? I mean, if there was a free update and then a DLC later, that could also work, you know, free update separate and then a DLC separate. But what's quite nice about doing it that way is that you can, on the release day, it's joint. There's always something for everyone, even if not everyone's interested in the DLC, see? Okay. Let me have a look here. More free armor skins would be great. Armor skins are amazing. Would love to... I mean, you can't go wrong with more armor skins. Every armor skin that's introduced, it actually creates whole new uses for existing blocks. So, let's have a little look then. We're going to jump into the AI-enabled mods, I hope. Okay, so I'm in the worlds. Climb has had it set up here. Hello, Climb. And I saw a bot moving around, so I'm going to follow Climb around. Maybe Climb is going to lead us to the hidden land of NPCs. I don't know, maybe it's over here. We'll see. Middle of the forest here. Oh, spectator. Then press U. Ah, and this... Wait. Wait a second. Is this... Didn't see that one coming. Is this... part of the AI-enabled mod? I thought this was separate, Climb. This is a separate mod, but you can see here... We can spawn a helper bot, spawn a combat, spawn a dog. These are all the friendly AI. So you can have a pet dog, apparently, looks like. And then you can spawn the enemy NPCs, zombies, boss, police, skeleton, ghost. And to the right-hand side, we have our characters in the server. And we can actually, you know, click on these and I can go to see where Climb's at. Oh, it's your addition. I thought it was. This was your addition using AI-enabled API. So this is Climb's mod, this kind of spawner that he's kind of supported via, you know, he's kind of expanded the AI stuff here. So let's actually, before we jump into that, Climb, should I just do? I'll do the classic thing first, I think, right? So if I show everyone watching how the blocks look, and then we can spawn them in like that in a second here. So. When you get AI enabled, guys, which is on the workshop right now, it should be on the first page. I'll just create myself a little platform here. It's creative mode, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, so yeah, of course it is. Yeah. And you have two blocks. One is available in survival, and the second is not. I think the second is. Yeah, robot, right. The second is for like scenarios. So we have the robots spawner. There it is. Yeah, so we have two blocks in this mod. First up is the Robo Factory. Some of you guys have seen this before because, you know, you might have seen this showcase, but maybe you haven't. You can also download this, and you can join the server as well. If you're on Steam, this is a public server. It's called Showcase Server, and you can jump on in here. Unfortunately, this mod isn't on Xbox currently. I don't know if it could run on servers because it's scripted, but I don't know if this client-side scripts. I'm not sure. It's not released on Xbox currently, but and also not sure if it's one of the mods that would be possible to have on Xbox. But feel free to join us. So when you have this Robo Factory, which is kind of it's kind of an adapted version of the medical room, you can come into here. And then we can select what helper bot we want to use. Okay, it's not capable for X. Unfortunately, it's not capable for Xbox because it does require client-side scripts, which is a shame. It would just have to make it vanilla. So we can select a repair bot or a combat bot. We can name it as well. Well, that's cool. That's new, I think. So we can name it Roger. There's a Roger the repair bot. There we go. So we're going to make Roger here. Oh, it's got a health bar as well, I think. So here it's the little helper bots getting made. Okay. And this will now follow me around. And it's hard to show in survival because in creative, because obviously we need to actually well, we can grind it down. If I place a block and then grind it down, will it fix it up? I wonder. Right. And you can also interact with the bot. If you come up to it here, you can see there's Roger. And if I press F, this is pretty sick here. If I turn off this first. There we go. I can access its inventory. I can set it to follow. I can tell it to stay. Or I can tell it to go to something. So inventory opens up. And this is a special bot inventory manager. And you can see right now, it just has an enhanced border in it. I can transfer stuff from my inventory to the bot inventory. And I can also make it... Obviously, stay and follow is kind of obvious, right? Just stay in the same position or follow. Go to... Oh, look at that. Okay, so you can select a block space. Right, it's following me now, and I can set it to go there. And it's now going to stay in that spot. I think it's probably going to move there and then stay there. I assume it's not... Yeah, I guess it can now... So yeah, it's stuck there now. I can click on it again. Go over there. And off it goes. This is amazing. Can you send it to voxels? Let's find out. Hold on. Yep, you can. It locks onto blocks, spaces. But then when you're on voxels, you can send it wherever you want. So I love the potential of this in the future, where you could potentially have mining bots, and you could find like some ore, and then you can just send the bot to to a slot of ore. And once it's find that ore, is it coming? Wait, where's Roger? Hold on. There's he's not moving this time. This is also worth pointing out. This is in beta, so it's there may be some bugs still. Send a GPS. That would be a good idea, actually, if you could type in a GPS and send it to a specific GPS coordinate. That would be nice, actually. Let's see. Yeah, so it doesn't seem to be working on voxels. I don't know if it's stuck. Let me see. Okay. It's moving around the grid just fine. Okay. In the repair bot's case, you don't really need it to be on the voxels. Let's see. Yeah. Voxels don't seem to work right now, then. Right. Everyone's building their bots. You can have one bot each. I told Roger to stay. We got the... It's cool, though, with the names. You got the Roomba, Roger, Target, Lip, and we'll get to the combat bot in a second here. Okay, it should be functional. Let me try this then. So follow, get Roger to follow me, and then we'll go on to the voxels. He's coming. Here's Roger. So Roger's now following me across the voxels, I think. Oh, it's cool. It's got a little talking thing above its head when it does. That's interesting. When one is making a noise and saying one of the voice lines, it actually has a little thing, so you know which one's talking, right? So now maybe it seems to be kind of stuck on that. No, it's coming. There he comes. So now he's off the thing, and now if I go to, right, now he's fine. For some reason, I was a bit confused with this block in the grass here, but now it's free of that. I actually can go way off in the distance, like up on that ridge line. Oh, hold on. Oh, it turns green. If I fly up. Oh, okay, it's a limited range then, I think. There we go. And off it goes. Yep, there is enemy bots, Fenlig. I will show you the enemy bots right now. Okay, so if I... Is damage turned off? I can't seem to get rid of him. But instead I'll do this then. I'll do... Yeah, okay. The second block that you have is the spawner block, and it looks like a bit like the cryo chamber. And this block will automatically spawn enemy AI NPCs, and that could... Oh, I pressed the button. Sorry. Pressed the wrong button there. And this will spawn in random enemies, maybe zombies, maybe... Here we go, we got a ghost here. And actually this combat bot is defending us against this ghost. There's an enemy robot here as well. Obviously creative mode, so we're not dying. And it's actually spawning a bunch of enemy bots now from this. So if you're a scenario maker, you can set up these spawners inside bases or inside certain places so that, you know, you have these enemy NPCs. We've got a lot of players on it now, haven't we? Okay, it's like 10 players, but because of the number of bots, it feels very busy in here, you know? That's what's interesting. We've got so many bots right now. It feels busy. Okay. Oh, is that a dog? Oh! It's a robot dog! Oh, it's a... Oh! That's so cool! That's... Oh, man, that is awesome. I want one of those. Wait, because when I saw dog, I thought it was spawned like a wolf. But of course, it's a robo factory. And obviously not yet. I don't think it's in the robo factory yet. But praise Chipstick. So this is obviously a collaborative effort. This is created by J-Turp and Chipsticks. And I believe other modders are also part of it, helping as well, if that's not right. But I know J-Turp and Chipsticks are the main creators of this. So if I come in here with... if I reset this, I'm not tracking anyone now. If I come in with my spectator, turn this sound down a bit, open up you, and you've seen the helper. I'll spawn a combat and also a dog. And notice how they take the color of you. Oh, that's so cool. Notice how they... Oh, it's got a wagging tail as well. Notice how they take the color of your engineer. So if you have red engineer, you have a red dog. This is Dinny here. You can name it. This is just called Robo Dog. And I think it's attacking, isn't it? So it's actually defending us. This Robo Dog has gone to attack the enemy robot there. What can I do with this? So Robo Dog has an... Oh, a Robo Dog can shoot. Robo Dog has actually an inventory and 50 magazines. Here. Don't let cyberhounds get you cyber down. Exactly. The quote is back. And this is my second bot here. Combat bot, which is the kind of classic combat bot, which is taking the actual... the what's it called? The target block, the target dummy block that was added in the... Oh, this one's having a bit of fun. In the Warfare update. And they gave it legs. And now it can also patrol around with its... Oh, I think... Okay, they just deleted the bots, I think. I think Climb cleared the bots there. So this is really, really cool, actually. Boston Dynamics. Where are you at? That's it. Exactly. Now I need this mod, just the dogs. So, gonna come in here. And let's spawn the dog again. Because the dog is new to me. I haven't seen the dog before. Man, that is so cool. It didn't have to do anything, but honestly, some people like companions, and it does have a function. It actually protects you here. But actually having it, follow you around the map is actually... We must protect, but also attack, So, okay, so I can tell it to stay. It'd be cool if you press stay and it would actually like sit or something like that, but follow. Or I can tell go to, and I can send my cyber hound. Look at it go. Off it boogies. Yeah, where's the pet? That's a good question actually. Where is the pet option? There should definitely be a pet option here. So, Robodogs are in there. Let's have a look what else we got. Whoa! And Climb did what I was about to do, and with this spawn menu, spammed. I mean, look at this. I'm just spamming zombies here. And the zombie horde in SE has arrived. Let me just spawn myself. Oh my goodness. That is nuts. How many AI can we get in here? So he's now spawned a bunch of combat bots. You know, this is like this. What's that game called where you can have like, you know, like 10,000 chickens versus 10,000 Romans or something? It feels a bit like that, where you can just spawn in a bunch of AI, friendly AI, enemy AI, and see how they get on here. So on the whole, you can see that there's probably more characters on this screen than I've ever seen in SE, honestly. And you guys can play with this mod right now, so you can go to the Steam Workshop and download it and get stuck in here. They're all fighting each other. Okay. The body piles are adding up as well here. Now, what is the boss? You know, oh, where's my mouse gone? Oh, I've lost my mouse. I'm definitely... Oh, that's weird. I can't seem to select... There we go. What is boss? Oh, okay. So the boss is the... the boss is this robot here. Another... more like a chunky robot. Okay, so we got boss robots. What else have we got here? So where did I lose my mouse? It's very strange. There's my mouse. Got police. So police and bosses. Just spawn some police and bosses in. Skeleton. Oh no, where's this? I don't think skeleton's working. And ghost is the blue guys. So if you just want robots, in here, you can have the police and the boss. Now you've got yourself a swarm of enemy robots. It's iRobot all over again. I mean, they kind of look like chappies, actually. It's interesting that... Okay, so the boss robot has big health then. This has got bigger health. More significant health than the normal robots, so I know we're just kind of being a bit derpy here, just messing around with this. And this is actually going to be kind of a brief kind of look at today. But Chipsticks, you know what occurred to me? How would yourself and JTurp and or both of you like to join me on the Devs Lost in Space show whenever's good for you, and we can actually I didn't realize it was releasing today, because I think it would have been great to have you guys on today, but if you're down for it, I would love to have you on the show, and we can actually you can talk about it in more detail, you know, the development, where it started, and you know, what the plans are for it. So Chipsticks is down. Yeah, I guess I'm not just JTurp's here today, but if you want to pass on a message that we'd love to have you guys on, we can go over this in a more organized, structure here, and you know, talk really about, you know, your plans for it, because I think everyone enjoys seeing these bots in action, because this is, for many people, a dream to have in space engineers, right? To have things to shoot at, things to defend against, and even, you know, in previous streams I've showcased these bots working on moving ships in space with different gravity levels, so they are pretty good at navigating. The mods, the authors, I say GG, are JTurp and Chipsticks. Okay, we've got a zombie pit somewhere. Where's the zombie pit? It's not the easiest place to see. Okay, sorry guys. Let's take something there. You can swap weapons out. Okay, so interesting. You can actually change the weapons on... It's a bit... The apocalypse is now. Look at this. There's like enemy robots shooting APCs. I mean, this is... I say this is some people's dream, but there's just so much going on. It's absolute chaos here. We might need to reset in a second to try and take this down a level or two, and we can look at this again. So, because it'd be cool to showcase. So I think you can give your combat robot protector a rocket launcher instead, you know, by accessing its inventory. If Model Offers would allow it, Keen really needs to make this part of the vanilla game. Stacks, I put my hand up now and say that I would love to see this in the vanilla game. Because even in its current form, like maybe people have these grand ideas for NPCs, and I don't know how to word it, like mission givers and stuff like this. I think even having it like this now, it gives both survival players and especially scenario creators a huge potential to do stuff. We already saw it in the one that JTurp set up in the last showcase, how we had this scenario, we had to go and clear a base, and it was so intense and so fun actually having to clear this. Rather than just, shooting turrets, having to clear it of, in this case, zombies and robots, it was crazy. And actually, I already mentioned that, not everyone's into zombies, or, you could actually choose the enemy type you wanted. Modders can potentially build on this base and then create their own, character models to be the enemies or to be the allied NPCs. Climb, okay, I'm thinking how we might actually move somewhere a bit more open rather than in the trees here, so we can see a bit more what's going on. Yeah, muzzled. They can walk around. They definitely can walk around a moving grid. Maybe let's show that now. Let's actually show that now. Then we'll actually, we could go to space actually, and maybe go down to a planet, and we can spawn a bunch of these robots onto a grid and kind of have a battle on a carrier or something to showcase how they absolutely work on moving grids. And I'll tell you what we didn't do. We didn't check performance there, because I also want to do a stress test here live on stream and spawn in like 100 enemy robots and see if it has any effect on either the local sim speed or the server sim speed. Because I'm curious, if in a server scenario where players might have hundreds of robots across the entire server, what is that going to do to performance, right? So I don't think they can be placing cockpits currently in Sendan, but another great application would be being able to send your robots, your bots, to actually get in that ship, fly there, do that, right? So to even have that level of control and oh, hello, and yeah, power over your bots. So, sorry, it's been a bit chaotic. It's suddenly, we were going through the bots, and then suddenly everything happened at Guardian. So you spawn them in. I'll show it again in a second here when we're in. There is 2 new blocks. You have a bot factory, a robo factory it's called, which basically allows you in survival to build, hold on here. Okay, good. There's a password this time, so I can just showcase some stuff before it gets too crazy. How about AI for our drones? We could choose an AI type for a drone we make. You mean... Oh, I see. But the thing is with this, Maximus, this is really designed for actual like characters in the world rather than grids, you know. And I think that there's already AI for drones that you can actually input, you know, via the programmable block, that, you know, be avoidance and following and stuff. There's already a lot of stuff out there. The difference with this, at least, is that it's the difference with this, at least, is that it's characters. And now we can make war zones. Yay! You could indeed make war zones. This is indeed a creator showcase, and I know it might seem like we've showcased this mod a lot. This is the third. Oh, this is the third Devs Lost in Space stream featuring AIEnabled, but it's such a game changer. It is such a game changer, and in general, the response to this has been awesome. So I didn't think you guys would mind me showcasing this here today, as it has the previous 2 times. It was only for private access, but you guys can now check it out in the workshop. I will link it up now again if Climb hasn't done it already. So it's in beta. There it is. There's the link on Steam, and in the YouTube chat, there it is as well. So I can't, for some reason, this server is not working for me. I'm banned from the server, which is not good. Might have to try it. Maybe need a game reload to fix it, Climb. Try one more time here. Oh, that's the plug. I have that enabled, Climb, so that could be doing it right. Yeah, okay, right. I'll fix that now. Okay. Yeah, scrollable FOV. Whose fault is that? Good to see you, Jay. Do you intend to make the game free? Now that is a really good question. We've had I'll say no, it's not planned, but we've had some discussions on this stream before about just kind of how would you guys, or how you would feel if this game tomorrow came a free-to-play game, at least the base game. Now you have two sides. You have it where it's like, okay, great, new players, new content, you know, it could draw, you know, new attention. The flip side being is like, you know, if you pay for the game, maybe you paid $25 at the peak price, not in a sale, and suddenly it's like, hold on a minute, you know, these guys are getting for free. I'm not sure like where that sentiment lies and if there's much of that. I mean, obviously, you know, it's been on Steam or playable for 8 years, or so to speak. So I don't know, that also comes into it, and games do go from being paid to free to play, but it's you gotta somehow be it's one of those ones that I think you have to be careful how you do it. Maybe if there's something that you can give for the early supporters, or I don't know. But I'll be curious to know tonight, the guys in chat, would you personally have any objections to the game going free to play? Just theoretically. I'm just, yeah, curious how people feel about that. Blizzard Knight asked me there. John, Climb can send it to you. Let's have a look. My hot take would be have free weekends on a set schedule. So not free 24/7, but like once a month have a free weekend or something like that to try and encourage people, you mean? I love it. More users, more DLC, more development. I don't have the money, but I don't have money to buy the game, but I've admired it for years. This sandbox for 20 is absolutely okay. If it brings new players, no problem. No problem with free to play. I bought Space Engineers when it was a few rocks. No, wouldn't mind. Okay, interesting. No objections. I'm happy to pay $30 2 years ago to support you. Fantastic. Grakata. Older game, although still support, I have no objection on the base game being free. Galita says only if I get a refund on my original purchase. That would be possibly a thing. It's like, hold on a minute, everyone's getting it for free now. You know, do I get a refund? Yeah, interesting. I'd rather it not be free, because if all of it is the following, if it is all the following DLC, will probably become even more authentic, silly stuff. Not necessarily. because actually then you could, you know, having the free updates, you think about it like that, theoretically it could be, if the player base was bigger, and it would still be worth, of course, you know, doing updates to the base game, new functionality, new mechanics, game-changing stuff. And if the DLC was still there, in theory, there'd be more players to support the DLC, right? So it's, yeah, it's interesting. I don't know when it comes to, oh, the game should be back up now. I don't know when it comes to games switching, there we go, switching to free-to-play. Like, I think some games have like died after going free-to-play, but then I think that's because they've probably relied heavily on not DLC, but like microtransactions. And I'm sure nobody would want to have microtransactions in their scene. I mean, microtransactions is a whole another beast, you know. But right, yeah, it's just throwing it out there. Someone asked it, and I'm equally as curious as to what the community would think about that situation. Right, let's move over here then, Climb. Let's come over here to the kind of savannah land. It's a bit flatter and more open. Yeah, well, let me turn down the grass here. The grass is fine, but the grass, it's got sort of 3.0 density. The grass makes it that the stream looks, the stream encoder works harder, and it normally looks a bit, what's it called? Compressed. So it should be better now. William Ganas, sorry, there's lots of thoughts in the chat. There's lots of thoughts. So let me just read up. I finally got all the DLCs of PC and Xbox One. I'd like to have skins and offline mode. Now you have to remind me, that is a thing that when it comes to skins, skins, is it PC and Xbox where skins aren't accessible offline, or is it just one of the platforms? You said both, and I can't remember. I know that was a problem that players have. You know, it's one of those things. If you want to go free to play, fix the game first. Yeah, I didn't mean to rile anyone up with the free to play comment. I was just purely theorizing. So on the whole, mixed response. I feel like majority, like most, would be okay with it, as long as it wouldn't cause like a negative, negativity for the existing player base, right? But wow, got all the DLCs. Love this game, Ricardo. There it's at. Fantastic. No experimental mode. What will we? Wait, what? Wait a minute. No experimental mode? I'm a bit confused there. Oh, the game is good as it is. DLC prices are dirty cheap. I don't understand the complaints. You don't need them to play the game. The thing is, Mr. Grown, we've had many DLC discussions, and I think depending where you're at, you know, the cost of a Space Engineers DLC is the same price, right? But it's more for others, and it's kind of not subjective, but it's definitely region dependent. With that said, I know that prices tend to be adjusted. They should be adjusted well for your region, but maybe there is some outliers. It comes down to the fact that I think sometimes there's a certain part of the community. It's like, you know, whatever. I'll get the DLC. There's, I think, other parts. There's like, where am I going with this? The main point is that it's the actual. It's not the fact that it doesn't cost very much. It's the fact that it costs. That's the bottom line for a I don't know what percentage, but for a section of the community, it could cost 50 cents. It wouldn't matter if it was 50 cents for the DLCs. It costs, and that in itself, that's the bottom line. And for that you know, it goes against, you know, what they feel is right. And there's plenty of games that don't have it. It's really, as I'm saying, it's this thing that it's, there's no like right way or right, it's this kind of like, it's all, some people feel like, I don't mind, I'm supporting the development, I'm supporting research and evolution of the engine and all the future projects, all the, you know, the stuff that Keen's working, I don't mind, that's good. And it's totally, it's like a personal thing. And obviously, as a company, we don't want to, you know, we want everyone to, we want as many people as possible to like the setup or like the system that's there, right? It makes sense to have that. No one likes negativity. So, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm saying the obvious here, but like I'm saying is I definitely respect the opinions of all those different opinions. You know, like it's I can understand there's new blocks, they cost money. That's annoying. If other games, other experiences, they don't have that. So for some it's more frustrating. For some it's like whatever. Like it's really. I think we did a poll on stream a couple weeks back, and I think it was like 80%, or I think it was 70% of the users of that poll, maybe 200 votes. I think 70% were okay. Correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe it was 50%, but it was majority of people were actually okay with the current format of free updates plus an optional DLC. So that's all. It always comes into like who's shouting the loudest, or all the rest of it. So anyway, I'm rambling here. We're doing our weekly DLC situational ramble, but anyway. So yeah, apologies. The drone is climbing. Yes, it is. But we're going to carry on looking at the drones here. I got sidetracked. And actually, both the repair bot and the combat bot here below are actually able to follow Climb. So Climb is in the red there, and his two bots are actually following him up this tower. So here's a kind of example of bots able to ascend ladders. They're not just stuck on the ground floor. I don't have any blocks with me. So there you go. And if I come down here, I think the guys are I think Climb or John Wax setting up some interesting tests for the bots here. So for those of you who join a bit late, let me show this off. And I think another thing is, let's see here. Seconds. I know that's also my problem with these streams. As you can tell, I like to ramble, and I I cross topics very quickly, and we could have a whole stream dedicated to some of these topics. So I was skim reading some of the stuff. Let me just go up here a second because there was lots of thoughts on this. I'm just trying to see if it ain't broke, no fix it. Obi-Wan Kenobi, is that you? Not having experimental mode. Okay, not having experimental mode would matter a lot of people using scripts, but not so much brand new players. I mean, experimental mode is still relatively important because there's certain aspects, features that are not so stable and can cause problems if players don't know how to use the features correctly, right? Space Junky's okay with it. Okay with the pricing, yeah. So it's some people don't like the balance isn't quite right. Ryuki doesn't like that. Yeah. And because we always talk about this things, I do feel like what we need is like a community poll on not just one topic but a lot of topics, right? I'm gonna make a combat bot called. No, that's too Let me think. Give me a name for this combat bot, guys, in the chat. The first good one I see, I'll take. All right, Larry. There it is. Thank you, Math. That's a brilliant name for a combat bot. Larry. Oh, did it do it? Oh, I need money. I need space credits to make the bot. Okay, so that is another good point. So bots in this mod also require space credits to build rather than components. So I gotta give myself some money here, it seems. Hello. A small hack of $1 million here. Very nice. There we go. Okay, here comes Larry. There we go. Larry's ready for us. Let's go, Larry. It looks like they're building a bit of a... It looks like they're building a bot maze here, or kind of a layout. Well, this could be a ship interior, right? This could be a catwalk interior for a ship. All right. So it's obviously following. Stay. I like that, Renzo. Larry. So it's short for Light Armor Robot Yeeter. That could work. That could work. So... you want that as a character skin, right? So I was saying basically how it would be cool to have a community, like, how do I word it, like a survey. That's what I was looking for, survey. And we'd ask about a bunch of topics, maybe some features that haven't been added, but how you feel about it, how you feel about the release structure, the scheduling and everything. Because you guys might think I really do ask this question every week, but I'm generally always like vibe checking, see how people are feeling about stuff. But it's not, I just think that my vibe check is pretty good, but it's good to have some concrete numbers to put behind. So I'd love to get a survey, share it in YouTube, Twitch, Reddit, Facebook, Twitter, everywhere, and try and get like a full community-wide survey, because I think definitely certain platforms, even the opinions of certain platforms vary slightly. But as a whole, I would really like to see some solid numbers about people's thoughts and feelings on space engineers right now, right? So I got to remind myself that I've got to. It does have suggestions. It's not that, Renzo. It's just like it's like I want to see some just some visualization charts. Because it's been really curious to know, like, really how it's doing and where are the biggest areas that need to improve, right? We can always assess it, but I think asking you guys directly, not you guys reporting, but us asking you, I think could be really powerful. Anyway, oh, hello. Jay Turp, welcome. Jay Turp, the creator of this awesome mod, is in the chat. Jay, I was just saying, how would you like to join me on a Devs Lost in Space episode in the near future with chipsticks? No pressure, but it would be great to speak to you, and have you talk to us about this mod. I'm sure you can. Hold on. An animal attack, sorry. So I just deal with an animal attack there. Yeah, no, I would love to speak to you, and I'm sure you could go through your mod in a much better way. Right. So I wanted to try switching out the weapons that the bots can have here. So currently it has the rapid fire, I think. So if I come in here and give it the rocket launcher, for example, you could have this in your inventory, and I now have some here. I can come up to this bot. I can access its inventory on the top. Here's Larry. And I can take away its rifle. Okay, it's still holding the rifle now. It might only update when you close it, maybe. I'm going to put the rocket launcher in, plus some rockets, and close that. And it still has the thing. Oh, okay. Rockets don't work currently, but other rifle. Okay, so not yet, but it will do. Your pleasure, fantastic. Okay, I will be in touch then with you and Chipsticks, and we can get you on because we don't have that much time tonight. But I think we can really have some. Best would be to do, if there's a scenario again, we can look at on stream as well, and we can really talk in more detail about what you guys have been up to. So if I take this, and then I need the special mags here, the P mags. Okay, let's try that again. Take out this. You select, but oh, you can just double click. Oh, that's easier. So then I'll put in the precise and the precise rounds, and then close. Okay, it's not working right. I mean, unless it has it, but it doesn't visualize it. I'm not sure. Okay, I'm curious. It could be a survival thing. Okay, because we're in creative mode right now, so maybe it only works in survival. Okay, because it's like creative. Yeah, that might make sense. Okay. We were just trying to switch weapons out, J-Turp, but I think we're in creative mode, so it's not working when we put stuff in the inventory. And interesting. So the inventory size the same as a standard engineer. So you could also just put like ore. I can throw all this. I can just empty my inventory. Oh, no, I can't. Oh, wait. I think I broke something. Yeah, I broke something. Wait. Oh. What have I done? I'm sorry, Jay. Now I can't click on anything now. But you can see it has the same volume as a normal engineer, so... Oh, you have to right-click the weapon to equip it. Ah, I'm breaking everything. Okay. Now I can't click. Okay. Right, let's forget about that. J-Turp's come with the tips here, so you have to select equip. Alrighty. I'm the best tester because I break things, it's true. Let's come over here. Can you add a no DLC filter on the Steam Workshop? Is there not one already, Slippery? But that's a great suggestion. Because definitely for those who... I mean, the best thing would be to have is actually an option to open up it in more detail and select which DLCs you don't want to... Which workshop item DLCs you don't want to find. That could also be none of them, but in general. Okay. Climb, can I get rid of this bot? Oh, you think you... I think it's indestructible, right? I'll try. I'm sorry, Larry. Larry! He's gone. Okay. He lived a long and prosperous life. Alright, I need another name. Well, names from the chat. I saw one already. Jar Jar. Alright, that's it. We got Jar Jar. Here comes Jar Jar. Let's hope he has a... Gary. Some good names. It was mentioned a few streams ago, but having a rock, paper, scissors version of thruster, power blocks, and tanks would be really good if you cool. You already have something similar modules, blocks for refineries? Yeah, so Altair, like, you mean refineries, you can choose to have more... like higher yield or more efficiency. So you mean like, again, it would be like thrusters with where you would choose if it was more power, if it was efficiency, top speed and stuff like this. It's an interesting idea, and I think there was I feel like there was a Keen mod. No, like it was a mod that Keen made to showcase modding that did that, but I don't remember. But it sounds okay. It sounds like it could be a good idea, Alter. Especially when you come to, you can't have a ship that does it all. You have to choose what you want your ship to, where its priorities lie, right? I advertised my mod on Reddit, assuming you'd be interested since I was able to get a neural network working my mod. Carl, that sounds fantastic. I'm not sure if I saw that. I mean, I see a lot gets sent to me, but depending how long ago, I might need a refresher on that, Carl. Okay, yeah, so Keen has upgraded ports on thrusters, but it's non-functional. So I think it was something that was experimented with at some point, chipsticks, right? Could you add the filter? No, it is possible, Slippery. We could add a filter that excludes content with DLC, I think. Let me put it down. I think it's a matter of doing it, maybe. I don't know. I'll check. No DLC workshop filter. Okay, it's a good one. Okay. Okay. Looks like, but now this mod's released, I'm really hoping that in the next couple of weeks we see some scenarios being created. You know, Jay Turp made one, but I'm really hoping that we see some, you know, player-made scenarios. Hey John, I know you always whip up some stuff. Maybe John Wack can retrofit one of his old FPS scenarios and just fill it with, I don't know, fill it with some objective and a bunch of enemy spawners here. So I tell you what though, I love the dog. I don't know why. I have to admit though, we need RoboCat now, chipsticks. Let's spawn like, there we go. You know what these dogs remind me of? Did anyone have those? Oh, God. It was like 15 years ago. There used to be this robot dog. They probably have them still now. It was like when they had like a robot dinosaur, and it was super. They were quite expensive. I always wanted one for Christmas, but I never. You know, it was they're pretty pricey. But do anyone remember those ones? The dog reminds me of one of those robot. Abo rings a bell. Let me check that. Abo. I think it was. Was it Abo? I think it was actually. Yeah, but there was a bunch of different versions of it. There was Abo. There was one that looked more like robotic, and one that looked more dog-like. You see what I mean? Ah, there you go. Yeah, that's what they reminded me of. I'm allergic to cats. Okay. Tech the robot dog. iDog. I think there was multiple. Yeah, K9. I know there was also a Doctor Who K9 as well that you could get. So I think there was a bunch of different ones there actually. Maybe you can probably buy some now. Oh look, the dogs! Look, the dogs are fighting, and the health bar's in the middle. Fight! So my robo dogs are actually fighting off the zombie hordes. They're not doing too well though. They make very sad noises when they die. No, no. Okay, so Ryuki has created an airship full of NPCs to kind of showcase, you know, on a flying grid. Let me have a look here. Yeah, it was T-Rex, Dog, and Dragon, actually. Wasn't it? Yeah, it rings a bell, actually. I always wanted one. It was just super cool, but... Where are you at, Ryuki? Eyebrow. Eyebow. Sony thing, wasn't it? Yeah. Is that in here? Let's see. This is not an airship, really. Oh, at the spawn. Wait, what a minute. At the spawn spot. Oh, you're miles away. Hold on. Right. No, you're here. Where's the airship? Actually, I tell you what, we got to prep this later. But let me. Unfortunately, guys, I actually will need to wrap this up here pretty soon today. I started early, but I don't have a ton of time for today's stream. Let's. What we'll do is this time. I think next time we do it, we'll get JTurp, get Chipstick on here. We'll do something with a more strict format, right? And then we will. By then have some scenarios, like some planned scenarios to showcase the bots. Rather than this chaotic manner, we'll actually have some use cases for these bots, right? But the final thing I want to do is really do it like an actual test here, performance. So if I bring up my FPS and sim speed, and I bring up this screen and just spam in some robots here, let's see what happens. Let the chaos commence. Throw some dogs in there as well. Spamming some dogs, spamming some robots, more robots. We'll get some combat in there. Feel free to help me climb. I just wanted to get as many bots as possible on this screen to really see what this system can support, you know? Alright, we're still at 1.0 sim speed. You guys can see killing each other quite... they're killing them each other as quickly as I'm spawning them in nearly. Okay, so Climb's saying that the cap is 100 NPCs currently. Whoa, they're getting wrecked. Look at that. My help with my combat bots is like the two sides here. Wow, this is crazy. Look at this. Yes, the good guys are winning. Get them. You guys read those stats. The server's only at 70%. Well, the problem is this world is empty. That's the thing. Like, if there was a bunch of like survival bases, this might be having a bigger effect, because once that CPU hits 100%, then, you know, you start having some problems. So it could be okay in like an empty world, or like a more, you know, in like a more less build intensive world, right? Where are you, John? Hold on, John. I'm checking you out. Where are you at? I think we're going to win this. Okay, maybe you're up here now. Let's have a look. Okay, so we're up on a... Here we are up on a dropship. You've landed here. Here comes the music. We're going in. I need a weapon. So you can see here, guys, how here together, clearing this station. The bot here with us. Got your friend with you. I guess if I had a robot dog, it would just probably run. It would probably run straight at it. It's like kind of a melee kind of assistant. So you can see that this is a really quick. Oh, hello. That worked. Showcase of clearing a station with your robot. I mean, this setup like took like 5 minutes here or whatever, and it's a really cool feeling. Like going room to room, clearing the rooms, having your ally robot with you. I'm going for precision, exactly. That's it. Oh, hello. Good. Very good. This is working fantastically here. In the canteen. Unfortunately, no Xbox, Mr. Wise, because this requires client-side scripts. I think we did it. We made it to the control room. Good job, team. I can hear some gunfire. Oh, hold on. No, not quite. All right, now it's taken care of. Good. Excellent. I mean, it wasn't a particularly tactical insertion here. We kind of, what's the word? Infiltration. We kind of ended up blowing up most of the station itself, but the interior here, but it did it. Let's do some, no melee, but we'll push it off. Oh! Oh, missed. That was worth a shot. Got him. Iron legs. Whoa, whoa, what's happening? The station is like disintegrated. That's so cool. All right, that also works. That's amazing. Okay, so Chipsy is going to try to get robots on Xbox, but as regular bots. Yeah, that'll be a step forward, Chipsticks. All right, guys. So that will wrap us up for today. It's been a brief showcase of the AI-enabled mods here today, but we'll see it again. I mean, when we get Chipsticks and JTurp on the stream. Thank you to Climb and John Wack and others who helped me showcase this here today. And this is mainly just a big shout out that it is released now in beta, and you guys, if you're on PC, can all go up to Steam and download this right away. So, yeah, big props to the AI-enabled team, because this is awesome. Let's see some love in the chat for these modders, because this is really some game-changing stuff, and this is just some mess around time right now. But I really think when we see this in like an organized scenario and something more structured, it's going to feel pretty immersive, right? They've really gone. Oh, the dogs are coming out the back of. Oh, look at that! They're coming for pets. Coming for pets here. Well, they're pushing me into the pit. I don't know which one. These are my bots. Oh, these are my bots that survived the... You know, I spawned in like 100 bots earlier. I think these are my ones in white here who actually survived and have come for their next mission. Amazing. And I'll link it again in the chat for you guys as well to check out. There we go. Yeah, JTurp, we just were saying we need a pet option in this interaction screen. Must be done with an animation, you know. Okay, great. Well, Fredo, we have Warfare 2 is in the works. I can't say for sure if it's the next update yet, but definitely there's some big combat things, new weapons, new types of weapons, combat overhaul, quality of life improvements, all in the works, Fredo. So good stuff coming. Thank you guys so much. I will see you next Thursday for another Devs Lost in Space, and maybe if I can get, if scheduling works out, we can actually get the guys on next week and we can do another AI-enabled stream. But I think there's still a lot more we can showcase, and I mean, I'm having a blast just experimenting with it here. So thank you guys so much, and have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys next time. And just another reminder as well to check out the screenshot competition, which is being extended, and yeah, we'll make an official announcement about the screenshot competition again on social media and stuff. So great. Have a good one, guys. Bye-bye.